Welcome to the Lotus map editor tutorial. In this episode I want to talk about the Y offset, which is sometimes very important in the map editor. But before doing so, I want to talk about another thing I discovered recently, because while making these videos I discovered the difference between the two map editors I use on my two PCs. So on this PC where I record the videos, I used a known language file, and this language file didn't contain much of the translations the actual and official file does contain now. So now I present you the map editor you probably see on your own when you start the map editor, not the stuff I translated for some other purposes. So now when we click on a rail or other spline-like element and go to the settings, we see there are nearly everything translated into English, also the Y offset. This reason and another reason that is based on the tutorial I previously recorded, but later I deleted this tutorial because it wasn't that good. So I want to split this longer video in several parts, and one of them is the Y offset. So a good example to practice the Y offset is this platform spline, which is very new. Also very new is this 30 centimeter height curbstone. We can now use especially to fill the gaps at several rail tracks which are using the gravel and the ballast. But let's get back to the platform, which is also new. I put this as a favorite. You can also do this on your own. So, but why can't we simply place this platform where we want, and it's fine. So let's look at the platform I already built, and you see, let's say closed on this side, so you can't see under the platform from this side. And also on the other side it's the same, because I used the Y offset. And fun fact, if we are looking from the other side under the platform, you see that every, let's say 10 meters or something like that, is this polygon to close the spline. And obviously you can't manipulate this polygon when you are placing this platform. You have to manipulate it afterwards, and that's made with the Y offset. To place this platform, we put it as a parallel segment to the rail track by clicking with the left mouse button on this rail while holding down Control. Then go to Splines, select the platform, and then click on New Parallel Spline. And very important value, the parallel shift is in this case 1.23. That's the normal parallel shift between the middle of the rail and the end of the platform when you're using this platform from Berlin, obviously, and GT6N from Berlin, so the default vehicle you got in Lotus. If you want to use other vehicles, maybe wider than the GT6N, you have to set a different parallel shift. But obviously we're gonna now make this platform look good beside the parallel shift. First thing is, it's a little bit up in the air. I'm feeling it in the air tonight, so I have to set this platform on the same height as the rails, and this is 0.15 in the negative direction. Next step is, I got a little sidewalk towards this platform, so we're gonna split this platform at the somewhere like this. So now we're gonna look at the platform and see it's opened. So we got to the properties and change the Y offset to 0. So now we got this side closed. Yeah, now it's refreshed, but this side is still opened. Obviously that's not good, but there's a workaround to also close the other side. And for this, we're gonna also split the platform somewhere at these polygons. We're gonna delete the part which leads to the open end. Then we're gonna lay down a reference line. Basically also it's good to have it on the right height already. Obviously our parallel shift is a 1.23. And we gotta add the platform, this time mirrored, to this reference line. So now we close this platform, it's linked, and because of the y offset of 0, it's also closed. And it is very important to use a reference line for this, because when you place the second part also as a parallel segment to the rail track, you can't manipulate the right end of this platform to close it. Another good example is when you're using the street markings. So when you go to street and pavement elements, you have stop line. You're gonna set down here something like 3 meters each. Fun fact, you maybe use 3.5 meters as the usual value when you're placing fictional maps, because that's the normal value when a bus or a bigger car can use this road. So small roads may have a width of 3 meters or a little bit less, but the main or the normal value is 3.5 meters. So now we got that. We changed to the new street markings and set this line. This is very normal, but if we're gonna use this line, which is not solid, and place it like something like here. If we change the y offset a little bit, you see that this looks a little bit odd. So now you're gonna change the y offset to 0, and you got not quite the best, but if you change it to 1, you see you got a clearly solid white painting, street marking, whatever on the ground. Also, if you add a new street marking, you see that the second part is consecutive to the first part, and this is based on the y offset, which is like 30 point something like that. And you see here we've got the 29 meters plus the 1 meter of y offset, and this is the value which is set here in the y offset. So this is it about the y offset. It's pretty useful, I guess, and I hope you use it a lot. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.